I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Hello, collectors. Blah, blah, blah. This can't actually figure dude, Christopher. He-Man and his cousin Calvin over here are up against it. Tila is being held captive by the minions of Skeletor. The last episode, they were looking for some help. Somebody help us. The only person who came down was Scareglow. Scareglow could give less than a damn about He-Man or Skeletor or anything. He just wants souls to capture. But we're in luck because descending from the skies is Lord Greyskull. He will help us. You know what? Wait a minute. This motherfucker dead. He can't help nobody. Just hanging out in Paternia, frolicking in rivers and riding horses and all kinds of other shit. He ain't gonna be able to help nobody, even if he could. I believe Paternia doesn't even exist no more. Last time I checked, Sorceress Tila was trying to bring back Paternia, so yeah, there's nothing he can do. There's nothing he can do. He's not gonna do it. Sorry, Tila, you're gonna be held captive for a little bit longer. Let's cut this motherfucker open. I'm sorry, Lord Greyskull, you deserve better than that. Let's cut this gentleman open. Before we cut Lord Greyskull open, we just want to mention that when this was released, this was a deluxe figure. You know, the deluxe figures get the big boxes and the higher price. This is a really large box, which is completely unnecessary. They just spread his cape out to make it look like there's a lot of stuff in here. There's nothing in here special or more than any other figure. So we see you, Mattel. We see what you're trying to do. And we'll ignore the fact that I got this at Bargain Hunt for $9. But if I were to have paid $30-something for this deluxe figure, that would have been some bullshit, Mattel. Anyway, let's continue cutting him open. And here goes Lord Greyskull out of the box and looking pretty damn good, I might say. And I retract what I said before about Lord Greyskull being not a deluxe figure, just a regular figure in a big box, because Lord Greyskull has a wired cape. Nobody else has a wired cape. Skeletor doesn't have a wired cape. Evil Lynn doesn't have a wired cape. But Lord Greyskull over here has a wired cape. And a crap ton of accessories, including 2 swords, a pair of hands, a dope shield, and an extra head. Maybe he is a deluxe figure. Not to mention his pimped out, fur-lined cape with the wire in it. But let's say we take a closer look at Lord Greyskull. Okay, so we apologize to Lord Greyskull because, as it turns out, this is a really nice action figure. Even though him and He-Man pretty much have exactly the same body from toe to neck. Just the head sculpts are different, of course, the brown coloring of Lord Greyskull, which I remember, you know, certain people were in their feelings about Lord Greyskull being brown. As you might imagine, I did not have a problem with that, but I don't want to be insensitive to those who did. But nonetheless, skipping past that, I mean, the boots are the same. It's just that with Lord Greyskull here, they actually went the extra step in coloring the straps. They didn't do that for He-Man. And the belts, as you can see, they're the same. They're exactly the same. And even the lining or the piping on the belts is the same. It's just that they colored the piping and the medallions on Lord Greyskull. They didn't do any such nonsense on He-Man. So yeah, this is a deluxe. This is certainly a deluxe figure because they went the extra mile over here on Lord Greyskull. And we like Lord Greyskull. And in regards to his wired cape, he has one of the best wired capes. Sorry, Adam. He has one of the best wired capes I've ever seen. It really does stay in any kind of pose that you want it to do. It is a very nice wired cape. Well done, Mattel. You really did a good job on this wired cape. I guess I should take off Lord Greyskull's JCPenney tag off his cape, so. But otherwise, this is a really nice cape. And he has a really nice head sculpt, even though I guess maybe it looks like Lord Greyskull is wearing some grills. It just looks that way to me. But otherwise, yeah, we like Lord Greyskull quite a bit. And his shield, again, is much more reflective than Adam's shield. Adam's shield looks like plastic, but at least under the lights, Greyskull's shield does look metallic. At least in the heart of the shield, the edges still look like plastic. And his sword looks... Almost every accessory and everything that Greyskull has is a cut above everything that Adam has. Even this skull, I don't remember why Lord Greyskull has two swords. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we like Lord Greyskull, and pretty much, let's see how he looks with a second head. And here goes a calmer, more relaxed, probably more handsome head for Lord Greyskull, as he should be, since he is in Preternia, just chilling out eternity. This is also a nice head sculpt. I think if you care about Lord Greyskull's articulation, if you have this He-Man that he's standing next to, then you know what it is. He has double jointed knees. He has double jointed elbows. His head is going to be very limited in what it can do because of his glorious locks. We should take a look at the back of his head because he has this rather impressive, I don't know, hair brooch, barrette. I don't know what you would call it, but it does look good. And of course, we love the actual fur. I mean, it's not like Beastman's fur back there, but this looks good too. This is a really impressive action figure for the $9 that it cost me at Bargain Hunt. And I don't buy action figures at Bargain Hunt because Bargain Hunt generally doesn't have decent deals on their action figures, but they had this guy. And I mean, it was so nice I bought two, one of which I'm going to give away at some point. I don't know when. So yeah, Lord Greyskull, looking good. So what kind of value do we assign Lord Greyskull? Well, Lord Greyskull was a surprise. I thought, when I looked at the box, this big ass box they got for Lord Greyskull with, and believe me, the box was still too big, and calling him a deluxe figure and charging $30+ for him, I thought that was a little bit excessive, Mattel. Just like I think charging me $65 for motherboard, which I still can't buy yet because you won't drop the price. But that is me digressing and complaining. We're not here to complain. We're here to talk about Lord Greyskull. Yeah, he was a pleasant surprise. He is a very nice action figure. He is much better appointed than actual He-Man. We just have Cousin Calvin here just hanging out, just, you got nothing to do. What do I want something to do with this figure, except put an Ares helmet on him and have him hang out with in Eternia or Preternia. But yeah, we like this guy. He did not cost a lot of money. In fact, he was dirt cheap. And obviously I collect Motu, and he will be a charter member of the Motu team. Lord Greyskull, raw dog value, my friends. Raw dog value.